This is the big one. This one, topic number 4, comes to us today from Lily. And Lily writes, "Hi Cody, we met last year in Naples for ISL. I was the assistant chaperone for Team DC after my Toronto Titans left. I've been following your show since then. I'm a huge swimming fan, and it's good to hear it's good to hear the opinion of someone who is involved in the sport as you. My question is related to the ISL. I still can't believe I had the chance to be a part of this last year, and I couldn't wait for the new season this year. However, I've heard ISL may not be returning in the near future. Can you shed some light on this? What are your thoughts on the problem with the ISL? Many, many thanks. I hope the best for the swim world. Best wishes." Okay. Thank you, Lily, for that question. And it was awesome meeting you as well. And yes, I, like you, was ultra excited for another season of the ISL. However, that's not going to happen anytime soon. A little bit of context. The ISL, the International Swimming League, has been self-funded for the last 3 seasons and really created by a billionaire businessman, Ukrainian-Russian, named Konstantin Grigorgovich, probably butchering his last name. As of this past season, most of the athletes have still not been paid out. I know some athletes that have been paid their solidarity payment, which was essentially the salary that you were promised just for attending the season. I know a number of athletes that have been paid that, but that's not very much money. That's like $7,000 or $8,000 just for attending the league. And here's the thing. I've had a number of conversations with people where they say, how could a billionaire not be able to pay for this stuff? Well, here's the thing. A single ISL match, costs well over $1 million to put on. From the production side, to paying everyone that is there that is working, to bringing the athletes there, to housing everyone, to doing all the TV, the streaming, everything. I mean, you see the value, like you see the $1 million in every match. If you've ever watched one or if you've been lucky enough to experience one, the value is there. You see it. And there's 20 plus of these matches per season, and there's all of these other expenses. So a single season of the ISL is 50, 60, it's millions and millions and millions of dollars, okay? And even to someone who is a billionaire, that is a lot of money. And the thing with Konstantin is obviously the war in Ukraine put a screeching halt on any plans that were in the works for a season 4 of the ISL. However, Konstantin, as wealthy and as rich as he is, has had difficulty liquidating his assets. Yes, he has billionaire status, but lots of his money is tied up in things that are not easily liquidated, that he can't just easily sell off and get that money back. There was a rumor that I'm quite certain is true that to pay his debts for season 2 of the ISL, Konstantin sold off a large portion of his private art collection just to pay off what he owed for season 2, paying the athletes all their dues, paying the production side, everything. So now here we are, coming up on a year after season 3 of ISL has ended, and the athletes have not been paid. And I'm sure that there are other contractors that were hired by the ISL that have also not been paid. Just like I was looking, I wanted to know, like, let's get an idea of like what are the athletes owed that have not been paid. And I found an old article from SwimSwam that broke down the ISL season-long earnings by individuals before the final. So this is before the big match where there's lots of big bonuses. And you've got Sarah Sojstrom, who's owed $120,000. Beda Nelson is owed $90,000. Ilya Shimanovic, the great breaststroker, $91,000. I mean, there's so many athletes. And you scroll down this list, there's well over 100 people that are all owed well over $15,000. Here I am at the 200th athlete, and they're still owed about $8,000. It's a lot of money to the athletes. And like, come on, they're the most important part. So that's a bad look. It's a really bad look, and it doesn't bode well for the future knowing that you still haven't paid your previous debts. I have had one update in the last 2 months that has come directly from someone at the ISL, and I will read you what they sent. Okay, this is what they said. Quote, The ISL is working as hard as possible to settle its obligations to everyone. We sincerely apologize for the delay and the lack of concrete timeline. We really do understand that this causes problems. However, the league and Constantine remain committed to doing so. We are fully focused on restructuring the ISL and looking at raising external capital in order to move forward. We are confident in being able to do so, but until then, we cannot commit to dates of payments or to the dates of when season 4 will happen. I'll end the quote there. So essentially, this we don't know. We don't know what's going on here. Like we don't know. And obviously it's a sad thing that there's a war happening over in Ukraine. However, they're saying they're looking at raising external capital to bring on season 4. So there's a couple, I've talked to people within the league in the last few months, and they said one big thing that they're looking at is bringing on a big title sponsor to foot a lot of the bill. Now, this could not be someone like a Speedo or a Tier or an Arena. Those companies, quite frankly, they don't have the capital to do something like that. They're not large enough companies. It would need to be a massive title sponsor that sees the value in what the ISL has shown, that would, want to stamp their logo and their branding on it and be a part of it. That is very unlikely. Option number 2, there's another person or organization that sees the value in this and they buy into it, or they purchase what Constantine has created. Maybe likely, maybe unlikely, probably very unlikely. Option number 3, Constantine finds a way to actually fund this thing. It ain't looking good. So those are really the options on the table that could resuscitate where the ISL is currently at. Will we ever get paid? I don't know. Will we ever? I have talked to a number of these athletes that are in the top 30 of earnings in the ISL. Whether or not they're going to get paid, I honestly don't know. And could that bring on lawsuits? I don't know. That's an excellent question, but it is going to be interesting to see. I really hope, as I know a lot of you do, that this does come back, that they're able to work something out, that they're able to bring this back, because it's so good for the longevity of athletes. It's so good for the sport. It's really fun, and there's just all of the reasons that we've talked about before, but I'm hoping. But that is your update with ISL. It's a big meh. I don't know. Like, where's our money? Meh. What's going on? I don't know. We'll find out. Meh. Okay, so thank you, Lily, for that question. Maybe we'll get to see each other at another ISL someday. Maybe.